Hey everyone, welcome back to This Is the Police. In the last episodes, honestly, not a lot of progression. We've had a bunch of little story events. Jack is now going to hire a private investigator to try and find Laura. Laura's his wife, or maybe ex-wife, depending on how you look at it. He was very frosty with Laura's mother, because I guess he's presuming that she had something to do with it, but, you know, like he was threatening to arrest her under charges of prostitution, made-up charges. The other major thing that happened last time was there was a protest against LGBT, where normally I've gone against, like, sort of in line with my morals, but instead we hired protection, and we're using the mafia to influence, like, the prosecution, because we went, like, above the board. We tried to suppress the protest, honestly, to try and carry a bit of favour with the mayor. I feel like that's the hardest thing to morally actually go with, strangely, over the mafia, which is kind of interesting, game design. I don't hate it. Things were very different back then, and maybe it was even more different in, America, where I believe this is set, versus, Britain. Anyway, police academy students selling cocaine, Twister strip club owners, my dancers are all feminists, and Crazy Arms film flop. I mean, Crazy Arms, not a great name of a movie. Can't, if I saw a movie just called Crazy Arms, that's not going to entice me. There's a famous phrase like, don't judge a book by its cover, but honestly, that's what everyone does every day of the week. You judge books by their cover. And honestly, people that are better at judging books by their cover, probably going to do better in life. Weird story to run is your main thing. Honestly, Golden Birds, you're my newspaper. You're my Freeberg #1.
All the information about Laura, just like you asked.
Mr. Boyd, keep your voice down. Someone could be listening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. It's my first time doing something like this. Here's the envelope. Everything's in there.
Fine. Mr. Boyd, please write for Mr. Fry on this envelope and drop it in the mailbox across the street.
What? I don't want this handled like it's some kind of game.
Mr. Boyd, those are the rules. Now please, lower your voice.
Fine. Okay, Emma. I'll put this envelope in the mailbox across the street, just like you said. Wonder how that damn Mr. Fry is gonna get an envelope out of the mailbox.
Talking to yourself, Mr. Boyd? And we thought we'd have to catch you at the police station. But it turns out Jack Boyd has come down to meet us personally. Do you know why we're here, Mr. Boyd?
I don't even know who you are.
My name is Eugene Chaffee. I'm a businessman. Rather, a restaurateur. Although I usually tell everyone I'm a businessman. Which sounds better? Businessman or restaurateur?
Oh, I think I've heard of you. You have a restaurant and a slaughterhouse. And you serve refried veal steaks.
Well, refried veal steaks isn't my only business. But perhaps it's what I'm best known for. I thought it was time we meet Mr. Boyd, and my friend here. I believe you're already acquainted. His name is Troy Starr.
Never heard of him. So what do you want, Mr. Chaffee? Looking for a spokesman for your beef products? I recently changed my image and my hair.
Eugene and I really want to help you, Mr. Boyd. Although after our phone call, I've had my doubts. I was making love to my wife, and you called me and told me to fuck myself. That kind of behavior is rude and inappropriate, Mr. Boyd.
I didn't mean to offend you, Mr. Starr. Just thumbing my nose at that prick mayor of ours. You keep making love to your wife, or did I ruin the mood?
There's a nice cafe around the corner. Spare us a couple of minutes of your time, Mr. Boyd. Lately, I've been so busy that I rarely get to sit and relax in such a nice place. And with such interesting company.
Get to the point, Mr. Chaffee. I'm busy too. In fact, I think I hear some teenagers next door robbing and raping an old woman. Maybe she's your aunt.
You see, Mr. Boyd.
Good morning. What do you want?
A big mug of beer.
We don't serve big mugs of beer.
Then a small mug of beer.
We don't have beer in any size glasses. This is a family restaurant. Moms and dads come with small children. I can bring you a lollipop to suck on.
Monica, where's your famous charm? Bring the gentleman a beer. I'm sure you've got a bottle under the counter. Check between the dead cats and the dried heads of your ex-boyfriends. This man, by the way, is your police chief.
Don't be silly. The police chief has a bald spot the size of a toilet seat.
So, as I was...
Oh, I'm sorry, Eugene. It's Rogers. Probably forgot how to wipe his ass.
When you're 82, Troy, you'll probably forget you need to wipe your ass at all. But very well, run along. We can continue without you. So, Mr. Boyd, as you may already know, the official job of my old friend Mr. Starr is to cause trouble for you. But believe me, it's not out of malice. It's to maintain his cover at City Hall. But to somewhat balance out this trouble, I've decided to help you out. Every day, pay close attention to your morning newspaper, Mr. Boyd. You'll find messages hidden among the pages. Simple notes, but make no mistake, the information you'll find there is extremely useful. You see, Troy Starr isn't my only spy. That's it, Mr. Boyd. I told you it would only take a couple of minutes. I wouldn't want to disturb you while you're enjoying your drink. Keep in touch, my dear little cupcake. Oh yes, I'm quite good at puns.
Never imagined what meeting Robespierre would be like. But I certainly didn't figure the first thing he'd do was buy me a drink. Getting them to serve a beer at a family cafe? And this Robespierre has some strange superpowers. Strange, but not entirely useless.
You know what? I love this. I love the idea that newspapers, what I've been saying, like, weird thing to run on the front page is because Robespierre's, like, you know, hiding messages in there. We'll have to try and, like, see if we can figure anything out. Right, you're too tired you can hardly walk straight. No, you have 2 bars of tiredness. No, you have 3 stripes. Get a grip. Austin? No. Perfect. Start the day. You guys have to, you know, get a bit more energy. Go to sleep a bit earlier. Try and get some vitamin B12. Right, fire in the brain. Bob Barnard and friends. Yeah, as I was saying early on, we have a prosecution case coming up in a day. Chief, we heard enough about you during your church service. We quit. Oh. Well, honestly, Robbins, you're not a miss. The gist. I kind of hate to see you go. Flaus and Melee. Oh, wow, we have a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, labour market. We need some new staff. Where did I lose these from? It looks like I lost some from both shifts, so I need some in shift B. Let's say we'll get 3 for A and 1 for B. And the detective needs to be... Oh, actually, now that I look at things, hang on. It's 3 officer slots. So actually, I will get... Yeah, I'll get 3 for A, I think. They need all the help they can get. It does look hot. No, fuck it. I'll get 2 for A, 1 for B. Right. Welcome to A. Welcome to A. We'll stack A. And then Naruto Koru. We considered you the other day. Today's your lucky day. And then Helen Bowling or Ruby Sims. Ruby Sims sounds so much of a good detective name. Welcome to Shift A. Right. Right, the prosecution office. Don't forget to prepare for the upcoming meeting with the prosecutors. 1 day left. Funeral. We salute you, Smith. We salute you, Jensen. And we salute you, Fang. You just got your stripe on that day as well. Be late to rest with it. And we get a formal complaint from the Labour Union. Please be informed that the employee currently against you has been passed along to the prosecutor for further investigation. Well, when it rains, it pours. Theft construction site. Elderly security guard Robert Childress saw 6 people break through a hole in the fence around the construction yard climb into the site and start filling up a cart with bricks. At first, the guard was only worried about the stolen building materials, but when the thieves started climbing into more dangerous construction areas, he began to fear for their lives. These idiots are going to get themselves killed! You've got to hurry! Florida, Shaw, Timpson, Robert, Austin, Roca, and Chang. Like, I don't know what dangerous materials they're going after, but it can be no good. Right, a robbery at the ghetto as well. A young man has just been robbed and called in a report. He came through the gate with a knife and demanded my wallet. I tried to run, but he caught me and pushed me to the ground. In addition to the wallet, he took my watch, shoes, and even my belt. My mother gave that to me. I thought honestly it was going to be like a Taekwondo belt or something, but clearly not. Okay, we'll send Purdy and Kochi, two very strong officers. Again, this song, going pretty hard. That's what I'd say about the cassette tapes. They've all gone hard. One of the suspects was running around and almost fell down into an elevator shaft. He's standing right next to the edge and there's terror in his eyes. Push him into the elevator shaft. No, that's murder. Step back. Or easy kid, it's a long way down. You have to do the quick. He had the fear in his eyes, you know. We just had to say, listen, you've been caught. And he's like, yeah, I have. Ooh, I can't do this right now. I also need a new song. I kind of wish this was a loop, or it'd be even funnier since the cassette tape, you know, if you rewound it instead, and then you just heard this. Because that's what, like, you know, recording did on cassette tapes. I say recording, when you played it, you got to the end and, like, it'd click, and you have to, like, rewind that bad boy, and it's as, like, the little wheels spin rapidly, and, you know, pull the tape back, and then you can play your favourite, you know, like, James Bond album, or Now This Is Music 1, or whatever it's called. That type of thing. Blues for Mr. T. Okay. Dead bodies, I just see here in the top right. We'll get to that in a second. Drug possession at Eddie's Burgers. Man. Eddie's Burgers, you've had so much problem here. Eleanor Compton went to wash her hands before eating, but wandered into the cafe's kitchen by mistake. I looked around and saw several bags of white powder. I know cocaine a mile away. I watch TV. I bet you it's milk powder. We'll send Florida just in case, but you're going to have some of my lesser officers. And in fact, I'm not going to send... Actually, I will send SWAT just in case. You know eventually one of these is going to be real. Right. Mr. Boyd, you don't know me, and I suppose that's just as well. As for what I do, you probably wouldn't approve, so I won't trouble you with any unnecessary details. I'll get to the point. For one very specific, let's call it an operation. I need 3 dead police officers, 1 female and 2 male. Race and age don't matter. I'll return in a couple of days to collect the bodies. We want them to start decomposing. What the actual fuck is going on in this city? I have to kill 3 of my police officers to do this? Is this like some, you know, backyard organ transplant or something? I mean, at the rate we're going anyway, we're going to have 3 dead officers by then, so... Well, I refuse to sacrifice these brave men and women for that. Question mark, question mark, question mark. In the name of, like, as Jack Boyd would say, go fuck yourself. Right, animal assault. I'm just going to wait 1 second, actually, to get Purdy back. A man just called in. His voice was high-pitched and he sounded hysterical. Hello, police! Some kind of beast broke into my apartment and is running all over everywhere. God, 1 bite from this thing and I'm dead. Hurry! I bet you it's a fucking kitten. Right, Purdy. Kochi. Sure, I'm sure you've wrestled a few animals in your time. And Robert. Right, drug possession. It was salt. It wasn't even like fucking, you know, instant milk or something. Oh well. Ooh, a double homicide at Everyday Mail. We'll get them all and we'll get Kazuma on this. An unidentified man who was unable to pay at the checkout reacted by killing the cashier and then the security guard and fled the scene. It looks like they've been left there for a while. The blood's going like brown. It's like oxidizing. You'd think somewhere like a convenience store, like, you know, the cashier at somewhere, is going to have pretty frequent customers. So this is a guy that, you know, didn't care about the bodies being found. Right, the animal assault. A large wasp got into the man's house. Again, can we arrest this guy for false alarms? Now that's filing a false police report, right? A rape at the city centre. Cynthia Jason filed a complaint against a workman at her building. It appears he's been very vulgar and follows her around. I've never seen such a horrible jerk. Punish him! Okay, we just need someone to, like, you know, talk to this guy. Timson, you're going to lead the case, because honestly, I've been looking at you for a potential strike. And Roka. I'm not sure if this is a false report as much as, you know, it might just turn out to be this is someone that's working with them. Oh, it's Mr. Sand. Jack, you got into the business when you opened an investigation regarding a double homicide. It would be better for both of us if the whole thing was settled by 3:54. Well, it's 16:09 already. Okay. So does this mean that he wants me just to ignore the case? Fuck it. We need a case. We're going to do the case. I don't care. Surveillance camera. The tall, middle-aged man was dressed in an unbuttoned grey coat and a white t-shirt. Upon entering the store, he went right for the alcohol, picked up a six-pack of beer, and then headed to the checkout. So, surveillance camera, can you tell me which six-pack of beer he bought? Because honestly, it does make a difference. Right, Mrs. Arana. Sylvia Arana, witness. I was standing right in front of the guy at the checkout. He seemed pretty suspicious to me. And what a nasty smell. I got away from him as far as I could. And on the way out, I told one of the guards to keep an eye on him. Okay. Mel Pape? I was in line with this guy. He was obviously in a hurry and very nervous. He handed the cashier his credit card. And when the cashier told him that the account was empty, he pulled his gun out and shot the poor girl in the head. Then the guard, who was standing nearby, tried to grab his gun, but the guy was too fast and finished him off himself. Mr. Pagola, Larry Pagola, another guard. Me and my partner Ron were talking when the woman came up and said we should watch this strange man at the checkout. Ron went over there and I saw the flash and heard shots, and this guy was rushing to the exit with his beer. I was still in shock that I didn't have time to do anything. Didn't even have a chance to get my gun out. And Miss Barrett, a passerby. I'm about to go inside and suddenly this idiot jumps out and almost knocks me over. I didn't have time to yell or anything. He just jumped on his bike and left. Ah, a bike. Okay. So we're going to ignore Mr. Sands. Because I think he wants me just to close the case instantaneously. Because I guess it's one of his own men. But no. Right, drug manufacturing in the suburb. According to an anonymous source, a house registered to Ernest Franklin is being used to produce and store a large quantity of drugs. Mr. Franklin has a record a mile long, including legal weapons and drug charges. The last time we had him in here, he just opened fire on some teenagers for climbing onto his yard and to retrieve a baseball. Okay, we'll take this seriously. We'll send Florida Purdy, Shaw, Kochi. Oh, there is something in the background. Hang on a second. Let me just not accept this a second. Robert Devlin, Country Houses. I need 4 police today. It's a very important day for my daughter. She's getting married, and I want everything to be perfect. I'm a very powerful businessman. We're talking the kind of success you can't get without making enemies. So no surprises today. I could do without any trouble. Risk it for a biscuit. We need the money. I have to do some of these events. Oh my god. He wolf whistled at a girl who passed by. Billy Sue. Arsehole. Yes, you are the arsehole. Or the asshole. But doesn't justify bringing you into the police station. Right, we're going to do these 1 second jobs. Honestly, this is the biggest the biggest case you've ever had to do, Florida and Purdy. This is a huge risk. I'll send the paddy wagon just in case. Okay. Oh my god, I got in there at 000. Right, apparently they won't go out, just as the two of them. I'll send everyone. We'll send the paddy wagon as well, just in case. If someone's manufacturing drugs, they almost certainly have other people there. Right, disorderly conduct at a residential area. Boss, everything went perfectly. We started off... Oh, no, it's my police officers. Boss, everything went perfectly. We started off serious, all business. But then the pretty girls all wanted a photograph with us. We ended up eating cake with the newlyweds. It was a great day, and now everyone's fucking drunk. 4K, though. You have stretched my forces pretty thin, though. Right, a robbery at Mrs. Sofa Furniture Store. They need backup. I can't. Can I send SWAT? No. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. You love to see it. Luke found ficus. Matthew, can you sell that for me, please? I'm gonna get done for a drunk case, aren't I? Right, Mrs. Sofa Furniture Store. A passerby saw two strange men across the street smashing the shop window of Mrs. Sofa Furniture Store. They then disappeared inside. Why did you have a drink? I can't do it. I can't. Oh, fuck's sake. Please. I beg of you. I know you shouldn't drive under the influence. I know this is setting me up for disaster. Game, do not punish me, please. I've already got enough problems as it is with the prosecution. I don't think my other police officers will get back in time, unfortunately. Wow, a lot is going on tonight. Disorderly conduct. A woman called in speaking of an awestruck praise. I hear from my wall of trumpeting of angels. Oh, the Lord comes, behold his glory. Television was right. I'm just going to ignore it. I mean, I got what was coming to me, let's be frank. It was trumpeting angels appearing out of nowhere. It was a musical school student in the apartment next. Okay, it was a false alarm, I thought it was. We made the correct call there. Public indecency at the King Louis nightclub. The club's bouncer said he detained a weird guy who took off his clothes and started molesting girls on the dance floor. Come pick this idiot up and haul him off. Okay, Purdy. Go and get this. Weird dude. Right, double homicide. Investigation. Open it. So, shoot security guards. That is one of the things. He grabs a six-pack and he's running out. What was this? Where was the person that was passing by? Knocks me over. Almost knocks me over. So this is the last thing that happened. Obviously, we need more slides. Is this telling me, because it's actually just brought me into here, that I have everything that I need? I really don't know what is going on here. Does he cut the frame out first or something? And then break the window to get out? That makes no sense. Like, he has to pick up brick and then throw brick through window. Then climb through window. Surely these three are right. Like, it's not that. Like, my mind is being melted right now. Yeah, he doesn't cut it off first. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe he doesn't throw the brick. Like, he finds a brick. I walk the museum every hour. The alarm is off. The city hall won't allocate money to fix it. I didn't hear the glass breaking. It's a big museum. When I went down this way again, it was already early morning. The window was broken and the canvas was cut from the frame. There are no traces of anyone around, just a brick laying on the floor. The parking lot was empty all night. The morning a cyclist went past with a tube on his shoulder. The guy slowly rolled into the parking lot, then left the bike for a couple of minutes and went outside. He came back, got on his bike and left. So he was cycling around the city late night because he suffers from insomnia. He took his tube. He stopped at the museum to pee. The teacher at the art school, Bram van den Hoff, who's this guy, criticised the work of Vroom. I'm really stuck at this. Like, the guard didn't cut it off and, like, pass it to him or something. I honestly don't know. Nothing makes sense here for me. Because this feels like he's got the bag. Like, why would he have a bag unless he has something in it? Like, the guard, I don't think, cut out the, you know, the painting. He doesn't really have a reason to. Am I missing frames still? But it's weird that it forced me into here. As if, like, you know, solve it, you moron. Okay. I might have to Google this. I'm just saying it. Back in a moment. Okay. So, I did a little bit of Googling because this has got me stuck. And we have got all the frames we are going to get. I don't know how you're meant to solve this. I mean, I guess the thing that, like... And it did ring true to me a few episodes ago. Is where the guard says he didn't hear any, like, window breaking. Because the guard is the perpetrator. So, apparently the frame order is actually this. So, guard carries bag. I don't remember exactly what it is next. I think it's guard cuts the picture out. The guard takes a brick from his bag. No, I've done something slightly wrong. He breaks the window, and then he sets down the brick. I think that's the last thing. How have I still got this wrong? 1 second. Okay, he cuts the window. Sorry, he cuts the frame last. I don't know how you're meant to get that, because I didn't see anything saying, like, you know, the guard had to have done it. He was saying, like, I admit I went for a pee, but that looks a bit suspicious still, but I don't know. Rafael Campos, the museum security guard, who thought he'd earned some money from his old age from the new painting of everyone talking. Right, that's now solved. Right, a man and woman are struggling to carry a luxurious couch through the broken window. Sit on the sofa? No. Drop the furniture right there and put your hands behind your head, or help them load it up. 2 of them are insane. I cannot believe the offender escaped. I mean, I can, because they're all drunk, but... What a terrible, you know, situation. Right, theft at the storage buildings. We have, you know, 2 people to go. Florida and Timpson will go with Armstrong to this location. And then... Oh, it's also Armstrong still. Austin and Roca will go to this one, but we'll send SWAT with them. Yes. Oh, I guess it makes sense. We should have waited for the detectives to come back, but I think that would have run out of time. Not sure about that one. Okay, Purdy caught the offender. Purdy continues to be excellent. Right, the theft report. Wrong place. Hey, it was where the detective was, that's fine. Foridor, Timpson and Armstrong, we caught them. And case closed. That gives us 2 of our detectives back. That's excellent news. And it's time to end the day. We're going to delay the paperwork. We potentially need 3 dead bodies. And I need to make some money. And Shift B is stronger than Shift A. Right, we have to look at the newspapers now. Freeburg abandons drinking fountains. Senior citizens empty pharmacies across. Okay. Feels like there should be another line. And bike ride in the city centre. Oh! City Hall, 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Mafia, 3 thumbs up. Police station, ? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Interesting. I mean, that must be the spy message. I'm not sure I fully understand. Oh, is it telling me what I should do? I should help the City Hall twice, the Mafia every single time? And then just police station ? Maybe. I'm not sure about that, though. But anyway, I'm going to call the episode here. Apologies, during the break as well, there was a small, family emergency, so I had to deal with that as well. So I'm a bit, out of kilter right now for this episode. But anyway, I still hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Apologies, this is a short episode. I don't really know anymore. I got so broken up. But if it is, I'll do a longer one next time. Anyway, goodbye.